I'm sitting here with Derrick Grace, from Tampa Bay. Everybody know him, in-home banking. And I'm going to sit here today with him and talk to him about entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
That's basically what I want to talk to you about.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's Derrick Grace. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm a #1 selling author, 29 years of age, full-time father, homeschool instructor, app developer, amongst other things. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't feel like trying to figure them all out, and that's not even important.
Basically, how did you jump into this business?
I was a dispatcher for 4 years. I lost that job. It was like February 2012. And one of the biggest things I realized, like, people a lot of times don't understand how outside entities control their whole life and opportunities until they actually snatch them. Prior to them snatching them, a lot of us had this false sense of security that we safe. Until we pissed the right person off and they said, nah, yeah, it ain't safe no more. So that's when I started a retail business in 2012, and that has multiplied to multiple other things in the last 7 years. But that's initially how I got started. I lost my job and I said I was never working for nobody again. The only thing I ever loved in school was English. What was it? English and reading. I hated everything else. Always excelled at reading. Always been like 2 or 3 grade levels ahead of my supposed reading level. So when I had the opportunity to transition to where I could write books full time and make my bread that way, I jumped at the opportunity. I couldn't wait. Like, see, this is the thing with retail, and I'm sure everybody that's gonna see this gonna notice, is that Jordan brand, that's what I was in, like I said, I was selling Jordans. They began to oversaturate the market to where like new retros was hitting the streets every Saturday. And when he oversaturated the market, well, Jordan brand, it started to devalue the game, which made like nothing was exclusive no more because everybody and their mama got one. So at that point, I was thinking of exit strategy anyway, because I could already see that that world was getting ready to fold. And before, because it did fold, I had a lot of homies who did it. They collapsed. Like one month they was up, that next month it was down forever. But before that took place, I transitioned to writing. I became a #1 selling author in June of 2016, and from curriculums to the books to everything, we just strictly went to the literature, the teaching, the touring, as far as speaking, and we ran with that lane. But no, I completely shut the retail down. It don't interest me no more. I barely wear. I'm in flip flops. You might not even catch me with a pair of shoes on.
And how was it when you wrote your first book and you actually got it in your hand to see it?
It was actually terrible, right? I had an editor that was supposed to do my first book. It was a 700-page autobiography called Thank God We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through. I literally gave him like 36 hours to edit that book. So many errors. I'm gonna be real with you, like, only reason we sold them anyway, because I was so broke by spending my last on the books. I was just like, I can't even afford to throw these away and get a new batch. Like, I'm broke because I spent my last on them. So yeah, my first book, I mean, the feat was amazing to get it done. I wrote a 700-page book in 9 months. But no, in retrospect, it's funny now, but I remember getting it and I was dead ass broke, and I was like, man, I just gotta sell this book with all these errors. People still bought it, though. They ain't tripped. Yeah.
Did you learn a lot from that?
Oh, absolutely. One of the biggest things I took from it was independence, because initially at the gate, I shot to Amazon. I took it at the time, like even current day. Amazon only popping right now because it's a relevant name. But I saw that if you really break down the logistics of Amazon and how beneficial it is to the creators, it's not very beneficial. They're taking a huge part of the pie just for people to have that ring, like, on my book on Amazon. So, no, that was one of the biggest things I took from it. I doubled back. I ended up pulling all my books from Amazon, and we sell everything 100% independently.
Now, the hours you put in writing a book, that's what I want you to talk about, the actual grind it takes to get your mind focused on one task and, make it happen.
And people have no idea the amount of like overnight road trips we took, the amount of Adderall we took so we could stay up 2 days straight, 22-hour days. Like, I remember, like, I'm big on discipline, so when I didn't get the work done, I used to have a room in the back of my house. I would literally lock myself in that room, and the rule would be like, until you get the work done, you can't eat. even now, like I have certain times until I reach certain goals, you can't get no haircut, no retwist, no nothing. You just gotta thug it out until you reach whatever you claim you want to reach. So, I had some real nights, like real deal 20-hour days. Just sitting there trying to figure it out for 20 hours straight.
Right, like one of my philosophies, I like to tell people, man, I work 8 days a week.
Yeah.
30 hours a day.
Yeah.
They don't understand that concept. The concept, when most people sleep, I'm still up. Like
Yeah.
right now. Most people sleep, they're at the club or just waking up. Well, I'm still up. I'm on my second job. So that's something I want a lot of people to understand. That the grind, the focus, the determination, it has to be a constant battle.
It essentially becomes your life. Like that's your livelihood. Like, and I feel that same like when most people be sleeping, eating, parlaying, having sex, just enjoying the extras of life. We in grind mode. But that's why I tell everybody just to remain consistent in their grind, because it will pay off. Them residuals be heavy. You put that hard grind in, when the universe reciprocated, it'll springboard you past a lot of people you thought you never pass up.
Right. Now, your board game. What made you come up with that idea?
Man, the realest and honest way I can put it is black people are overly invested in entertainment. And I learned from all these years of teaching that I can't necessarily just use the traditional way of teaching them about economics and financial literacy by standing in front of a board or putting it on papers. I've tried all this and it was effective, but not as effective as I wanted. So to be honest, the board game is, by technicality, it is a board game, but it's really not a game. It's financial literacy dressed up with colors and moving pieces, because I knew I had to make it fun for my people to really invest in it. Like, even a lot of people don't know this, I haven't got a game yet, but when you open a game, you can't even play it without defining 22 cards that I got within the game. So essentially, like, I'm basically forcing them to learn. The fun part is that you get out of the game, if you think you're gonna get it, you gotta learn first. Or other than that, you don't have to, because I'm not gonna be in your house to oversee you. But other than that, you're cheating yourself. But it's really financial literacy disguised as a board game.
Right.
And it was just the medicine in the candy man. I had to think, like, how can I infiltrate all their homes? Make them something that they think is entertaining. They'll eat it up, and they did it.
Do you think that's one of the biggest problems we have as a people is learning?
Yeah, I think instant gratification, and I think our attention span is extremely low. I mean, just the frequency period, because, prime example, I posted a video in a barber chair 2 days ago. I had my hair in a rubber band, so you couldn't see none of my dreads, like I cut my hair. Had like 70, last time I checked, like 70, 80,000 views, I don't know how many comments. But I could post them a video teaching them how to manipulate the banks and really using their advantage, make it 5,000, 10,000 views. So I think like instant gratification and frequency, like what I learned too with our people is victimization is easier, because it doesn't require any accountability or a solution. People just rather talk about how fucked up their life is every day, but action steps require you to like create a plan of action and go apply it. That's not the part they want to do. So I think that's one of our biggest issues, instant gratification, and just being a victim is easier than being a hero.
But why do you think, I know it's a crazy question, not crazy, but it seems like our people have it the worst, the mindset to really want to make things happen.
I would say I think a lot of it comes from some of the things that's embedded in us from years and years of oppression and slavery. And then number two, I think our culture is one of the most traditional ones. I think like we're one of the biggest cultures in terms of people. You have mass amounts of people that think they're gonna get brand new results by using the Big Mama playbook. That's 1 + 1 = 2, not 4. So I think in that sense, a lot of people just not using their common sense and logic, so they find themselves in a similar place 4 generations later. My publication, Street Elements, we try to educate inmates that's incarcerated. How do you think what you're teaching can help guys when they get out making that transition back out into the streets? I'll give you a couple examples. I know one that can help them right now. Somebody taught me this. They can advise their loved ones and families that put money on their books to invest in stocks for the companies that thrive off the prison system. So, like my brother in prison, I get emails from JPay every day. We send money through SUBCRIBE. What is that phone called? I can't remember. The point is, the double win is if your family is confined to this system, and you know it's an ever-growing system because they want more and more of us in prison, invest in those stocks. You take the returns and the residuals from those stocks, and then you can give your family member a canteen for a year. But right now, what's basically happening, like when we're sending that money just to put on their books, it's only circulating in the economy of the business. Mm-hmm. But if we actually invested into their stocks, as bad as it sounds, that money would circulate both in our economy and there, but at least we getting something from the deal.
Right.
Like basically when you send it to your people in there, that's just consumerism. Your people gonna use up the bread, they buy this and that, and then it's gone. It trickle down to their communities, their economy, they get rich off our hard labor and our necessity in prison. But if you was investing into the company, then you eat as well, and it's not just a one-way show. Mm-hmm. I mean, even outside of that, like I didn't fully finish the project, but it was something I was working on to where like prisoners could just teaching them different trades and different things they could do while they're in there to generate income. So like you could have a prisoner who's an editor. People could send him manuscripts that he edits. Like that's a job even though he's behind the wall. It's a number of things. So for me, I would definitely advise them to still, even though they're behind the wall, to seek out their niche and what they're good at. Because they could still be eating in the streets based off, like, they have a lot of time. That was the whole point of being there, because they're supposedly doing their time. So I would definitely advise them to maximize that time. And I think mentally, I just don't want to allow them to discount themselves from the real world, because they still can be relevant out here if they have a service that out here needs. So you can still be behind the wall, but still be that dude because you know more than the people that's free. That's no different than me having no college background, but people pay me more than they pay college graduates because I know a little more than they do. I ain't have to go to the school. I just figured it out by trial and error.